5.3 Reteach, or even if you are just looking for a little more help setting up these ratios and comparing them, then let's go ahead and watch this video and do the work with me to get some more practice. So our first problem says that Richard works as a messenger. He charges $12 to deliver a package 3 miles. Jessica is also a messenger. She charges $20 to deliver a package 4 miles. So right now, they are not going the same distance and we don't have the same price. So they're a little bit harder to compare like they are, but we can set them up as some ratios and proportions to figure out their cost per mile. And then using that information, we can answer some of these questions. So we need to know who charges more and how much would it take for each, how much would each messenger charge to deliver a package 8 miles? So we've got 2 questions we need to answer. We know how far they go. We know what they charge, but nothing about them is the same. So they're hard to compare right now. So what we want to do is find the unit rate. So we're looking how much they charge per mile. So that means miles should go on the bottom. So $12 divided by 3 equals $4 every mile. So Richard charges $4 every mile is Richard. And then Jessica does $20 and we want to see how much per mile. So that means miles goes on the bottom. We want to find out how much for 1 mile. So 20 divided by 4 is 5. $5 per mile is Jessica. So our first question asked, who charges more? Well, 5 is bigger than 4, so Jessica has the higher rate. So if you got to choose which messenger you could hire, I would pick Richard because I wouldn't have to pay as much. But Jessica is going to earn more money when they go the same distance. So every time they go 1 mile, Jessica gets $5, Richard only gets 4, and that's going to keep adding up. So I could even make this chart here. So I could say, here's my miles, here's Richard, and here's Jessica. After 1 mile, Richard got $4, Jessica got 5. After 2 miles, Richard had $8, Jessica had 10. So you can see she's already up $2 now. After 3 miles, Richard would have 12 and Jessica has 15. So every time they go a mile, she's getting $1 more per mile. So after 3 miles, she gets $3 more. So after 10 miles, she would get $10 more. So Jessica is earning more money per mile. So remember that unit rate means you always want to compare it to a 1. We found per 1 mile. So unit, this word means 1. So now our other question is, how much would they each charge to go 8 miles? So I know, so if I'm looking for 8, so to get from 1 to 4, we times by 4. 1 to 5, timesing by 5. Times by 4, times by 5. So every time I have Richard, I take the miles and times by 4. And every time we have Jessica, we take the miles and times by 5. So if Richard wants to go 8 miles times by 4, his cost, he will charge the people $32. 8 times 5 is 40, and Jessica is going to charge them $40. So another way to look at that is $4 every mile. So we took that unit rate, and I know I wanted to go 8 miles. 1 times 8, 4, and we have to do the same thing to the numerator. 4 times 8 was 32. So we set up our unit rate. How do I get from 1 to 8? Well, I times by 8. 5 times 8 is 40. So a table or these unit rate proportions are going to get us the same answer. Okay, let's go ahead and try one more where we're going to set it all up. So Kyle can type 120 words in 3 minutes. Megan can type 90 words in 2 minutes. So I want to know who is faster and how many words each person can type in 5 minutes. So we know we have Kyle, and we're trying to find their rate. That means how many words they can type every minute. So we want to divide by the minutes. So Kyle can do 120 words in 3 minutes. And I want to know how many words he can do in 1 minute. And then we have Megan here who can type 90 words in 2 minutes. Minutes is always on the bottom because we're trying to find the rate for each minute. And we're trying to find her 1 here. So to get from 3 to 1, we're going to divide by 3. So this one is 120 divided by 3. Whatever you do to the bottom, the denominator you have to do to the numerator on top. So 3 can't go into 1, but it can go into 12 4 times. And there's a 0. And 3 goes into 0 0 times. It's really important that every time something comes down, something goes up. So Kyle can type 40 words every minute. So I want you to go ahead and pause the video and see if you can figure out how many words Megan types every minute. So I know to get from 2 to 1, I divided by 2. So I do the same thing to the numerator. 90 divided by 2. 2 goes into 9 4 times. That's 8. And 10, when I bring down that 0, 2 goes into 10 exactly 5 times. So 45 words every minute. So now I can see how fast they both type in the same amount of time. So who types more in a minute? Megan types more every minute. And now it wants to know how many words they're going to type in 5 minutes. So we know Kyle can do 40. I'm going to put my words on the top, minutes on the bottom. So Kyle can type 40 words in 1 minute. I want to know how many words he can, so how many words can he type in 5 minutes? Look, all my words are on the top, my minutes are on the bottom. So to get from 1 to 5, I times by 5. So 40 times 5. So pause and see if you can answer 40 times 5. So 5 times 4 is 20 with another 0 is 200. So after 5 minutes, Kyle typed 500 words. And then if we've done all of our math correctly, Megan should have typed more than that because she's typing more every minute. So we're going to put her words on the top and her minutes on the bottom. So in 1 minute, she can do 45 words for 1 minute. And I want to know how long it takes for 5 minutes. 1 to 5 is times by 5. So we have to do the same thing to the numerator. So go ahead and pause and try that. So 45 times 5, 5 times 5 is 25. Here's 5 times 4 is 20 plus 2, 225. So after 5 minutes, she's typed 25 more words than Kyle. So remember, we want to divide by what the unit is. We want to know how many words each minute. So we divided by the minutes. And then when we're setting up these proportions, after we know our unit rate, keep everything that's the same on the top. So I had all the words on the top and my minutes on the bottom to keep those same proportions. All of a sudden I put 5 minutes on the top, that's going to give me a different problem. That would say, how fast can I type 5 words? And the question was how many words in 5 minutes. So make sure everything is matching up with your labels. Hey, let me know if there's anything else I can do to help you.